Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So before I dive into the content, I want to congratulate each and every one of you who have been following me for a while, because even after the shakeout type of scenario what we saw in price action of Bitcoin, we were saying the probability of price breaking here to the upside was higher than here to the downward direction. Why? Because we saw this price action using different method that was all pointing the price was ready for this huge movement here to the upward direction. That's why I also did a emergency video yesterday guys, and now as you can see the price did broke out of this upper line area of the symmetrical triangle, and we are heading towards this target level that is around 70,000 to 72,000 price area in the upcoming days for Bitcoin. But does this mean the trend here now is going to continue this rally here in this manner, or are we also expecting some sort of a obstacle before we actually continue towards our in price target from this symmetrical triangle? Because we are aware, according to this symmetrical triangle, you can see this is how the trend usually looks like. As soon as we break out of this upper line area which acted as a resistance, price usually starts this rally here to the upside. And even after the breakout, you can see also shown in example, there will be some more shakeout on our way, but the price still could continue here to the upward direction. And this is also one scenario that we talked on my previous video, because we were aware a similar scenario also unfolded here, and as soon as the price broke out of this upper line area, came back to retest it before starting this new move here to the upside. So that's why on my yesterday's videos we were actually expecting the price of Bitcoin to break out of this symmetrical triangle, and now we are seeing this scenario unfolding. But if we look at this price structure in a bit different way, let me show you in a bigger time frame. So guys, now if we look at this price structure here in a weekly time frame, I want to show you one very simple scenario. If you look all these weekly candles, right, this was the top, or I mean the highest weekly candle close. And if we look in our weekly candle, you can see guys, extremely bullish scenario is being flashed here. I mean, if you look at this previous temporary resistance line areas and at the same price range when we had this correction, you can see between this 58 to 60,000, this same line acted as a strong line of support which previously acted as a resistance, and we never closed below that. And that is also a sign, you know, weekly this trend here looks very bullish. This doesn't mean we are not going to see any sort of shakeout, because if we do see any sort of a bigger pullback, the same line which temporarily acted as a resistance will be acting as a strong line of support, and price could still continue here to the upward direction. And in this case, if the trend is going to continue, what we can simply do is take this Fibonacci extension line from this swing low till this swing high, because we want to see the upward price target level for Bitcoin. Because right now you can see we have already broken out of this 100% Fibonacci extension line, because on my yesterday video I made it very clear, if we are going to break out of the 63,000, the price of Bitcoin could continue this rally here to the upward direction. And according to this Fibonacci extension line, you can see the next 1.618 Fibonacci extension line is lying around 78,000 here in a weekly time frame. But first, before we reach there, we are going to expect some sort of a obstacle around this price range of 70,000 to 72,000 here in the upcoming days if the trend continues here to the upper direction. And now let me also show you the reason why we are sticking to this scenario, and also the price range between this 70,000 to 72,000 here in the upcoming days for Bitcoin. So as you are already aware, according to this 1 2 3 4 reversal pattern, if you look on the left hand side, this is a bearish 1 2 3 reversal pattern which usually looks like double top. On the right hand side, you can see this here is a bullish 1 2 3 pattern, and according to this bullish 1 2 3 pattern, it usually makes double bottom type of scenario and then continue this rally as soon as it breaks out of this 0.2 area. And in our case, as you can see here, we have said since the price of Bitcoin has also started this similar pattern, and as soon as we broke out of this 0.2 area, just like as shown in the example, that gave us a buying opportunity. And since then you can see the price is also heading here to the upper direction, and this exact scenario what I drew here a couple of days ago is also playing out very accurately. And now according to this 1 2 3, our first target was already reached, but the second target that is lying around 70,000 to 72,000 is still open. So also according to this 1 2 3, we could be approaching towards this 70,000 here in the upcoming days for Bitcoin. And also if we look at this price structure in a bit different way, no problem, let me show you this one scenario here. And also guys, let me make you aware, we have around $4,700 bonus available for our community members from BYBIT and Phemex. If you like to trade Bitcoin, then feel free to use this BYBIT raffling, which is giving around $3,500 bonus to our community member. And if you like to trade altcoin, then you can use this Phemex raffling, which is giving around $1,200 bonus. So this is a great opportunity. Try grabbing it. So now let's switch into other chart. So guys, now what we are going to do, we are going to look at this price action of Bitcoin in a 4-hour time frame using this CPR indicator, a leading indicator which gives us information beforehand. And according to this monthly elrond line for this November month, you can see the upward price target has already been placed, and this upward price target is also lying around 71,000 price area. And now we are aware this 1, 2, 3 price target between the 70,000 to 72,000 along with this symmetric triangle breakout actually makes a lot of sense here in the immediate short term and also in the upcoming days for Bitcoin. So any sort of a shakeout on our way, guys, around this price range of 63,000 is going to be one strong line of support for Bitcoin. Why? Because you can see here, also according to this Fibonacci extension line, you can see this 100% Fibonacci extension line, this is lying around 63,500, could be acting as a strong line of support now, not as a resistance, because here this line was a strong line of resistance, as you can see here, right? But now the same line will be acting as a support in case we see any sort of a price retracement around this 63,000 range. So that's why for us, important thing in a daily is to stay above this 63,000, because as long as we are going to stay above the 63,000, I strongly believe that this trend here could also continue this rally here to the upper direction, at least towards this monthly elrond line, and that's lying around 71,000 price area. And now guys, now also let me show you why this 63,000, if we do see any sort of a price retracement, would also make a lot of sense, and it is not going to make the price bearish. So guys, now what we are going to do, we are going to look at this price action in a smaller time frame and use this very, very interesting scenario. I mean, if you look at this price structure here, right, we can see the upper line here was an extremely important line of resistance, right? And to the downside, this line here around this 58,000 was a strong line of support. But if we look at this price structure carefully, guys, we might be forming this one scenario from Wyckoff. And if you look at this third example, not the first one, not the second one, the third one, you can see this here could be the reaccumulation after shakeout. Because if you look at the price structure, you can see we also had the shakeouts here. We had the shakeout here, price came across this 66, 67,000 and a massive pullback around this 58,000 range. You can see, right, liquidating all the longs. And now this exact scenario, just like as shown in example, a reaccumulation after shakeout could be playing out. And right now, if you look at this example properly, we are already breaking out of this upper line area. And according to this example, you can see absorption of supply happens in the trading range without violation of support. Usually, and depending on a position of the market, this pattern exhibits strength. And now, since we have already formed this pretty similar scenario, just like as shown in the example, right? The creek part is also over. If you look at this carefully, the creek part is also over, and now we are continuing this rally here to the upper direction. So if we do see any sort of a pullback, this same line, right, this upper line, which is lying around 63,000, is going to be extremely strong support, and this could still be a retest before price again continue this rally here to the upper direction. So these are some of the scenarios I thought sharing with you in today's episode. If you enjoyed my work, guys, then come on, hit that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. By saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.